All right, so now we're gonna take those concepts we just did on the snare drum, we're gonna apply them to this 14-inch tom. So again, we start off with just hand tightening all these lugs, so they're about the same. If you're gonna seat the head, you do it now. So we'd press down here, and you might hear some crackling, you might not. We didn't then, but my stand just kind of knocked out. And then we're just gonna start going around, we'll tighten them equally. So I'm just gonna tighten a couple turns, and then we'll check the pitch. So that's about even. So then we're again gonna address the feel. So actually on this tom, I'd like to go a little looser on the top. I like my toms to give a little bit. So I'm actually gonna lower these a bit. So again, when we're ever lowering, we wanna lower past and then tighten a little bit. It's just easier with the screws that way. So I'm ending up about loosening a quarter to a half turn. Okay, so that feels a lot better. And again, you heard the pitch come down significantly. But it's not ideal right now, the pitch, but again, we're gonna address that with the resonant head. So yeah, that feels good. The stick kind of digs in just a little bit, bounces back a little. It's about where I'd like it to feel, okay? And again, we can always address the feel of it. It will change the pitch because the pitch is kind of with the whole relationship with both heads, but we could always fix that with the resonant. So let's flip it over and we'll start tweaking the tone of it. So on this tom, it's a 14, so let's imagine this was kind of our second rack tom in like a standard 12, 14, 16 type of array. We're just gonna kind of go somewhere kind of in the middle pitch-wise, but I know already it needs to come up. So we'll just check the pitch real quick. If it's not even, we'll make it even, and then we'll get the pitch set where we want. So they're relatively in tune, so then we'll just start raising it a little bit. And again, we're gonna start with about 1/8 of a turn, and if that's too much, we'll go back down, okay? Okay, so now we'll flip it back over and we'll check it out and see where we are. So we could probably bring the pitch up just a little bit. I actually want to, again, bring this batter head down a little bit. And again, tuning drums is all about feel. So you just keep tuning until it's right for you. So there's no kind of magic answer to anything. It's just trial and error, and find the thing that feels right for you. So that's a little loose, and you heard the pitch drop significantly. So that feels nice to me. That again feels closer to what I'd like. So we'll go back on the bottom, we'll raise the pitch some more, another 1/8 turn. Yeah, so that kind of sounds about where we need it to be. So then again, if we wanted to treat the drum, if we had too much ring, Moon Gel tightens it up. We can drop another on there. It just focuses the sound a bit. On this one, I'm actually hearing a bit of ring on the bottom. So what we can actually do on the resonant head is we can treat it similarly. I wouldn't recommend using Moon Gels just because they'll fall off, but the tape paper thing works great on the bottom, or even just a piece of tape around the edge, like what we did. But here's how that sounds. So that's significantly dead. So we'll take them off, start over. So most of our ring was actually on the bottom. So ideally we'd back off a bit more, but that's kind of the concept. Also, if you're tuning up a drum kit, if you're just starting from scratch on your whole drum kit, start with your kick drum first and work your way back through the smaller drums. And the reason is, on drums, we can always go up, but there's a point where we just can't go any lower. You loosen the lugs enough to where they're just not holding the drum head on there anymore. So always start with your biggest drum, work your way back, and then I do my snare to fit that. And that should give you the best sounding complete drum kit where all the tunings kind of fit together, and then you can space out your toms the way you want. So thanks guys for joining me as we kind of take a look at drum tuning. I hope this helps. And remember, just take some time, experiment with your drums, figure out what works for you. This is the way that worked for me. Some of you guys will eventually fall into, oh yeah, this is how I tune my snare drum and this works great. Just take the time, experiment, be open-minded about some things, and really have some fun with it, because it's music, it's supposed to be enjoyable, and playing the drums is one of the coolest things out there. So enjoy, I hope this helps. If you have other questions, make sure to comment and spread this video out to your friends, and we'll see if it can help them too. So thanks guys.